Hello everyone. So in the last class I was explained about the structure of protein. So today let us know about the classification of proteins and biological significance of proteins. So let us first know about classification. So proteins are classified into three types. So namely simple proteins, conjugated proteins and derived proteins. Let us first know about the simple proteins. So simple proteins are consist of only amino acids and their derivatives. So when the hydrolyzed by acids, alkalis or enzymes, the simple proteins yields only amino acids or their derivatives. So here simple proteins which again classified into fibrous proteins and globular proteins. So in fibrous proteins it includes collagen, elastins and keratins, and in the globular proteins it includes albumins, globulins, plant proteins and basic proteins. So let us first know about the fibrous proteins. So fibrous proteins consist all insoluble proteins which have a supporting or protective function in the animals. So it includes collagens. They contains large amount of hydroxyproline and are converted into the soluble gelatin by boiling in water, dilute acids or alkaline. They are the principal supporting proteins of skin, tendons and bones and are resistant to peptic and tryptic digestion. So next is elastin. So elastins, they are present in the elastic tissues and are digestible by trypsin. So and they cannot be converted into gelatin. Then next one is keratins. So they are present in animal skin, nails, horns, hoofs, hair and feathers, etc. So they are resistant to proteolytic activity and are insoluble in water, dilute acids, alkalis and inorganic solvents. So next is globular proteins. So these globular proteins also simple protein. So they are soluble in simple proteins with more or less definite molecular weights. So it includes albumins. So albumins, they are simple globular proteins which contains nearly all the known amino acids. So they are found in the blood plasma and egg white. They are soluble in water and dilute solutions of salts and can be coagulated by heating. In other words, they are denatured on heating and the denatured proteins precipitates as a coagulum. So here examples: egg albumin, serum albumin of blood, lactalbumin of milk, etc. Then globulins, they are found in nature associated with albumins. For example, in the blood plasma. They are also heat coagulable and soluble in dilute solutions of salts but differ from the albumins by being insoluble in water. Then next is plant proteins. So here plant proteins like glutenins and prolamines are the plant proteins which are found together in cereals. They are insoluble in water, but when heated with the water, they form a tenacious sticky mass that is known as a duff. So prolamines are alcohol soluble proteins. So these are the plant proteins. So next is basic proteins. So basic protein, it includes protamines, histones, globulins, actin and myosin. So protamines, these are water soluble proteins which do not coagulate on heating and they are simple polypeptides. Their acid salts are soluble in water and they possess strong basic properties and they form stable salt with strong mineral acids. Then histones they are soluble in water. They yield precipitates with solutions of proteins and a coagulum on heating. So on hydrolysis, they yield a large number of amino acids. So here among which arginine and lysine, which are the predominant amino acids as in the case of histones. So next is globulin or globins. So they are the basic proteins which resembles histone in solubility but differ in amino acid composition. So here in amino acid composition, as in the case of globins, that is arginine and tryptophan. So these globins occur in nature as the protein portions of conjugated proteins such as hemoglobin and myoglobin. So actin and myosin, these are the contractile proteins present in thin and thick filaments of muscle cells. So these are simple proteins. So next is conjugated proteins. So here conjugated proteins which are differ from the simple proteins in that they consist of proteins which are combined with some non-protein substances, that is also calling as a prosthetic group. So here the non-protein groups which are calling as prosthetic group. On hydrolysis, the conjugated proteins yield amino acid and the prosthetic group. So here they are classified according to the nature of prosthetic groups, namely nucleoprotein, mucoproteins and glycoproteins, phosphoproteins, chromoproteins, metalloproteins and lipoproteins. So the nucleoproteins, they are complexes of one or more protein molecules with nucleic acids. The nucleic acid of the cell nucleus is chiefly the deoxyribonucleic acid, that is DNA, which combines with the protamines, histones and other proteins of the cell nucleus. So the nucleoproteins of the cytoplasm that contain ribonucleic acid, that is RNA. So the principle of ribonucleoproteins are in the ribosomes, which have the capacity for protein synthesis. So here nucleoprotein, they are the complex of one or more protein molecules with nucleic acid. So here examples nucleoprotamines and nucleohistones. The next second one is mucoproteins and glycoproteins. They contain carbohydrate bound to protein molecules. So here these are the proteins in combination with carbohydrates. So the carbohydrates is usually one of the mucopolysaccharides. So here examples the immunoglobulin, mucin of salivary juice, ovimucoid from egg, etc. And they also include the seromucoid and seroglycoid of the globin fractions of the blood serum. The next is phosphoproteins. So in the phosphoproteins, the protein molecule is bound to phosphoric acid, which can be easily split off as inorganic phosphate by treatment with dilute sodium hydroxide. The best known phosphoproteins are the casinogen of milk and vitelline of egg yolk and also the enzyme pepsin. So here the phosphoproteins like casein of milk, ovo, vitelline in yolk of egg, so etc. These are the examples. Then chromoprotein. So these are the proteins which have that is metalloporphyrin or some similar substances as a prosthetic group. So for example, it includes hemoglobin, which contain the basic protein globin, which combined with an iron porphyrin, that is called heme. The blue copper containing hemocyanin. So the green magnesium that contains chlorophyll from plants, and various chromoproteins from animal tissue, that is such as myoglobins from muscles, and enzymes catalase and peroxidase, and also the cytochrome. So these are the chromoproteins. So here examples: hemoglobin, cyanine, rhodopsin, myoglobin. So these are the examples of chromoproteins. So next is metalloproteins. So here metalloproteins, these proteins contains metals as an inherent part of their molecules. So they include such enzymes as here examples are tyrosinase that contains copper metal, so arginase that contains manganese or magnesium, and carbonic anhydrase. So like this, these are the examples which comes under the metalloproteins. Then last one is lipoproteins. These proteins are compounds of proteins with lipids, cholesterol and phospholipids. So the lipid cannot be extracted with either with ether so long as protein remains in native state. So however, when the protein portion is denatured, for example by alcohol, the lipids proportion that can be dissolved out with ether. So here lipoprotein, these are the proteins which conjugated with lipids. So example here lipovitaline and lipovitalinine. So these are the examples for lipoproteins. Then the derived proteins. So derived proteins are obtained from simple or conjugated proteins as a result of partial hydrolysis by the action of enzymes, heat or chemical agent. So they produced during stepwise digestion of proteins. So for example proteases, peptones and peptides. So these are the derived proteins which is derived by the simple or conjugated proteins. The next is biological significance of proteins. So the proteins are the structural and functional characteristics of living things. It forms significant portions of the protoplasm, and some of the important functions of proteins are here. The first one is structural proteins, then contractile proteins, enzymes, hormonal proteins, transport proteins, genetic material, bodybuilders, defense proteins. So here first one is structural proteins. So structural proteins, that is keratin, form a definite structures like hair, nail, horn. So while collagen that forms connective tissues, connective tissues, that is a silk of spider web, so etc. like that. So structure of structural proteins. Then contractile protein. So here contractile protein, for example actin and myosin. So actin and myosin are responsible for the muscle contraction. Then enzymes. So enzymes which are all proteins act as a biocatalyst and regulate the metabolic activities of the biological process. So they influence the rate of chemical reaction, usually without undergoing any changes themselves. So enzymes that act as a biocatalyst, and enzyme is a protein. So here for example, so as in the case of enzyme, digestive enzymes like pepsin, trypsin, that is take part in the protein digestion. Then the hormonal protein. So several proteins act as hormonal or chemical messengers like thyroxine, insulin, growth hormone, prolactin, etc. are the proteins, and they brings about the chemical coordination in the body. Then fifth one is transport proteins. So hemoglobin is an example for this. So hemoglobin is carrier protein which carries oxygen from lungs to the different part of the body. So hence hemoglobin, that is the transport protein. Then genetic material. So proteins like histones are associated with the DNA and act as a hereditary material. Then body builders. So proteins are the main source of energy for the body. So they enters the body building process, and hence they are generally referred to as body builders. Then defense proteins. So proteins like antibodies. So antibodies are formed in response to the entry of microorganisms like bacteria and virus into the body. So they form the main component of the defense system. So hence here the antibodies are act as a defense protein. So this is about the classification and biological significance of proteins. Thank you.